Thank you, Alfred. Now we're going to start part two of our help and resources for high school interview with Ms. Fung. I'm going to start with this interview with asking, how can students stop negative thoughts from spiraling? Do you have any tips for us?
Yeah, with managing or stopping negative thoughts,
I would
usually.
say maybe managing negative thoughts because it
Mm,
happens a lot within our age group and our target audience as well.
Understandable. I think what we usually say there are two-step. Like you first, for any negative thoughts, emotion, you first need to be aware of it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So once you're aware of it, oh, I'm in a kind of like rumination, right, or downward spiral. So then you can manage it. So being aware of what you're thinking about, being aware that, oh, I'm in that place again, right? So that
Oh,
gives you a bit of a distance of that those thoughts. Then you can start thinking of like how I can manage it. So if kind of like really helping yourself is, I think there's nothing more than really self-talking because it's thoughts. So usually self-talk usually helps. Journaling also help. I really kind of write down things so that kind of the thoughts like slow down and you're
mhm.
observing and you're awareing more and more. So those are help to being more aware, right? In terms of managing, I say once you become more aware, the negative thoughts usually seem to kind of the power is less, right? And then, but in terms of really thinking about how to managing negative thoughts, they're like all different therapy model have their own way of managing it. So, but I'll say like one of my favorite way of managing thoughts is not pushing it away or challenging it, right? Instead, is just welcoming it. Maybe just
Mhm.
ask, what are these thoughts trying to help you, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
of course.
and then, for example, if you think I'm a failure, right? Nobody likes me. So, oh, what are these thoughts trying to help me, right?
Mhm.
So when you ask this question, you're kind of welcoming it, and oh, it's say I'm a failure. It's actually want me to study harder, right? I say nobody likes me. Maybe it's the like it's trying to help me so that I'll hide so I don't get hurt by people out there. So now you know the function of these thoughts, then you can see, okay, so what next? Right? Oh, I already tried my best, right? I should be okay. I
Mhm.
won't fail the test.
All
Right?
right.
Thanks.
And if I may ask, how does one become aware of their thoughts or aware that this process of spiraling has started?
Yeah. So usually when I'm deep into it, it's hard. Yeah. But uh sorry, can I pause a little bit? It's very nice. Did you hear the noise out here? With the kids' noise over here?
No, I don't think I've heard anything. I
Okay.
think you should be
You're
fine.
okay? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, do some editing and cut that part. Uh, so I think it takes practice, being aware and talking to people, talking to
Mhm.
your friends, talking to professionals. It kind of help you bring more awareness. Um, again, journaling is very helpful. In my own experience, journaling really helps to
Mm.
really to see the pattern, right? Your thoughts pattern. Yeah. So a lot of I would say practice to gain more awareness. Yeah, but
All right.
the more you try, the better, easier you get.
Mm-hmm. And moving on, what are some things that students can do if they find themselves motivated to use unhealthy coping habits such
Mhm.
as self-harm?
Yeah. So I would say when you get to a place where you want to self harm, it means that the pain or the suffering that you're having is way over what you can control. So
Mhm.
it's about your ability to control. So I'll say like it's really the first thing is go and ask and seek help, right? Find a trusting person to talk to. It can be a friend, can be your family, teacher, or if just to talk to yourself, right? Journaling or even God, right? Find people that you can trust and talk about it. A lot of the self harm come from loneliness. Yeah, so it's like I'm the only one or nobody understands me. But when you actually go out and get help, usually there are people ready for help out there. I would say if you feel like no way out and kind of start escalating, the thoughts start escalating, or your self harm behavior start escalating, really seek professional help, or even contact local emergency that can like that instantly provide a safety so that you have the space to recoup, yeah, from those very painful moments.
Do you have any resources that maybe someone could use if they want to reach out for help?
Yeah, so in Canada or Ontario, I think the I would say like the only 24/7 crisis line is available for kids and teenagers, Kids Helpline. So you can just go online, search Kids Helpline. They have phone number and they have text-based crisis support. So if you don't want to talk, you can actually text the volunteer on the other side or professional on the other side to get the immediate support. So they are like 24/7 crisis center. Yeah. And
Okay.
another resource, if you're not seeking crisis help, right, or you're like looking for more in-person support, then there's a lot of walk-in clinic available, like that do single session counseling for anyone under age 29 in Ontario. So go and search for, I think it's called What's Up Clinic. Yeah, What's Up Walk-in Clinic, single session services. So those are like two good professional support that you can look into.
Mhm. And by professional help, what do you mean? What would you recommend therapy maybe as a solution?
Definitely, but usually we say this is like it take more motivation and take more effort. So reach out for peer support, teacher support, social worker at school, and of course, professional therapy is always out there. Um, some of them are free, some of them have a cost. So, but definitely, yeah, it's a recommendation.
And what types of therapy might be helpful for students in high school or even young adults?
I would say there are many different types of therapy out there, and each of this therapy have their own teenager version. So there are no like one therapy that works best. I would say you really have to go and try and see. And the single session walk-in clinic is the best place to try. Like we always recommend our client, like if you're unsure what you like, if you're unsure what his counseling is, just go for a walk-in, right? Book an appointment, go in, talk to one person. The next day or another day, you can talk to another therapist and try different uh, therapeutic modality. Each of us are trained different ways. The most, I would say, the popular one, if I would say, like for right now, for teenager youth, I think is mindfulness and DBT. DBT is dialectic behavioral therapy. It's a very, I would say, user-friendly self-help tool that you can kind of learn it, use it, and there's a lot of resources, support group online for this type of therapy. So would highly recommend it.
All right. And in your experiences, um, how would you say psychotherapy is? Like, do you practice,
Mhm.
is it useful or do you think it is a good way to channel out your inner thoughts?
Yeah, because I'm a psychotherapist, so of course I would say it's helpful. So um, I would say the most important piece is to understand yourself through that therapy. So what we do is we almost like a mirror, kind of help you to actually see yourself. Once you see yourself, will help you or will help our client to really appreciate where they are at. Um,
Mm.
and yeah, so I think it's not even for just like you have severe issues, right? Even for self growth, therapy is good. Um, the only difference between like counseling therapy is psychotherapy is like we usually have a treatment model. Like we look at what is the issue and we have more evidence-based treatment modality to address that needs or that issue. But counseling is also very helpful. Like you just find somebody who can talk and who can listen to you. It's already very helpful.
All right. And lastly, are there any self-help books or apps or resources that you would recommend that maybe someone our age group would be interested or available or it's
Yeah,
there for them to use?
yeah. So as I say, like the popular model or treatment is mindfulness right now. So there's a lot of apps that is help you to kind of you can do mindfulness on yourself. So it's basically they put on a script and you listen and you follow, right? So
Mm.
apps like the famous one I think is like Headspace or Calm. So those are apps that kind of like usually recommend by professional. So I personally love UCLA mindfulness app. So, because they're coming from a very kind of prominent research based center, so they have like many different languages. So, if you go on search UCLA mindfulness app, you'll find that. In terms of psychoeducation, Anxiety Canada is kind of like my go-to for my clients. Yeah, so they have like they have resources for adults, teenager, youth. So you just kind of go in, type, just say what kind of help you need. So Anxiety Canada is a very resourceful website. But otherwise, like yeah, the kids helpline that I mentioned, yeah, I think is a very important resources. I would suggest go and try it when you are not that desperate. Just go and see, kind of get familiar with the tool, practice. Even the kids helpful. Just go and text when you have some disturbance, right? Just don't you don't need to go there when you're like really lost all your resources and this is the only way to help. So I don't think that's the way. Just go and talk to people over there, right? Get familiar with the platform so that you have that tool in your toolbox. Then you can use any time when you need it.
All right. Thank you so much for your input, Miss Agatha.
Thank
Um,
you.
Thank you so much for watching
Thank
our
you for
interview,
having me.
and I hope this was a very helpful resource for you to learn more about psychotherapy and other resources that you can use to help your mental health as well. Thank you.
Thank you.